Hi children, welcome to Easy Economics. Today I am explaining the topic which is the important topic for 5 marks from second unit, that is occupational distribution of population in India. And children, this question will be asked in two ways. The first one is explain the occupational distribution of population in India. It is a one type. And secondly, it is asked like that, what is the relation between the economic development and the occupational distribution of population in India. In this way, this question will be asked in two types. So, whatever the question is, the answer will be the same. For the two questions, the answer will be the one. Okay, now I am explaining the occupational distribution of population in India. Okay, children. Generally, in the production process, labor plays a vital role. Why? Because labor is the active factor of production and primary factor of production. So, with the help of the labor only, the remaining factors are put in the use. That is capital, land, all are put in the use by the labor force only. Because land is the passive factor of production. Okay, children. So, with the active efforts of the labor only, all the remaining factors in the production are put in the use. Okay, so what is the occupational distribution of population in India? Generally, labor force means the population above 15 and below 60 years age group are called the labor force. Means they are able to do the work. They are able to engage in the productive activity. Below 15 years are called the children. Above 60 years are called the oldest people. That is senior citizens. Okay, children. Here now occupational distribution means the distribution of labor force among the three sectors in the economy is called the occupational distribution or occupational structure. Once again, occupational distribution means the distribution of the workforce or labor force according to the three sectors in the economy or among the three sectors in the economy is called the occupational structure or occupational distribution of population. Okay, children? So, I think it is clear to you. So, what are the three sectors in the economy? In any country, the economy is mainly divided into three sectors. They are primary sector. In primary sector, you can find agriculture, forestry, animal husbandry means livestock rearing, and fishery, horticulture, floriculture. So many are included in the primary sector. Okay, the activities in the primary sector are run with the help of the nature and they are very essential for our existence also. Secondly, secondary sector. Secondary sector, industries. Industries means large scale industries, small scale, medium scale, all types of industries come in the category of the industries. Manufacturing goods, electricity, gas, and construction. These are all the activities which are included in the secondary sector. And tertiary sector, all the services are included in the tertiary sector. It is also called the service sector, and trade, transportation, communication, and education, banking, health, environmental services, professional services, all will come under the category of the tertiary sector. In this way, in the economy is, in a country, the economy is divided into three sectors: primary, secondary, and tertiary sectors. The total workforce in the economy are distributed among the three sectors of the economy. For their livelihood, the workforce will depend either primary or secondary or tertiary sector. So now, what is the relation between the economic development and the sectoral distribution of the population or occupational distribution of the population? Generally, when more population, more workforce are depending upon the industry and tertiary sector, So it indicates that the country is in the process of economic development. Means high proportion of workforce are engaging in the industry and tertiary sectors. So it is the index of the economic development. Already whenever we are observing the history of the developed nations, so in the developed countries, most of the labor force are engaging in the secondary and tertiary sectors. So that is the reason the distribution of workforce among the three sectors in the economy will explains the process of the economic development. If more labor force are depending upon tertiary industry and tertiary sectors, that is the indicator to the economic development. Okay, for example, in our India, more labor force are depending upon the agriculture. So hence, we didn't achieve the economic development. We are in the process. The India is a developing country. So many economists are expressed the same opinion. According to Colin Clark, a high real income or high per capita income is always associated with a high proportion of workforce are engaging in the tertiary sector and low workforce in the primary sector. So it means a country, the average income of the individual, that is the per capita income, will be high whenever more amount of the workforce are engaging in the tertiary sector and less are in the agricultural sector, then the per capita income will be high in that country. Otherwise, the workforce will get the low per capita income if less are engaging in the tertiary sector and more are engaging in the agricultural sector. Finally, the conclusion is, if more number of workforce are engaging or working in the industry and tertiary sectors, the per capita income will be high. And otherwise, if more labor force are working in the agricultural sector and less are in the industry and service, then the per capita income will become less. Okay, and Kuznets and Simon Kuznets and so many economists are also expressed the same opinion. And according to Hunsinger is an economist. He also expressed that the 85% of in the economic development process, 85% of agricultural economy is transformed into 15% of agricultural dependent economy. So then it achieves the economic development. It means in the development process, in the agricultural sector, starting in agrarian economies, more will depend upon the agricultural sector. So in the development process, the number of labor force will become 15%. Whenever the economy is transformed from the 85% of agricultural dependent economy to 15% agricultural dependent economy, then it is possible to reach the development. So hence there is a close relation between the occupational distribution of workforce and the economic development. It means high proportion of the workforce are depending upon the industry and tertiary sectors. A country is able to reach the faster economic development. Okay, children. Now, what about the occupational structure in our India? Okay, with the help of the table, we are able to know the occupational structure of population in our India. In this table, the percentages of the workforce working in the, that is engaging in the three sectors are shown. Okay guys, in this occupation and years are shown, various years are shown. At the time of, that is after getting the independence immediately in the year of 1951, that is in 1947 whenever we got the independence, after that to get the planned development, our leaders established the planning commission. In the year of 1951, the first 5-year plan was implemented. So planning era was started in our India in the year of 1951. In the first 5-year plan, the priority was given to the agricultural development. So in 1951, in the primary sector, nearly 72.1% of workforce are engaged. And at the same time, the workforce engaged in the secondary sector are only 10.7 percentage, and in service sector 17.3 percentage. If we are combining all the digits, we will get the 100%. We will get the 100%. Which is like this. After getting the independence, whenever we observed the occupational distribution of workforce in our India, that is in the year of 1951, more amount of the labor force are engaged in the agricultural sector. At that time, India is an agrarian economy. Of course, now also, but compared to now, at that time, more labor force are engaged in the agricultural sector. Okay, from 1951 to 1991, whenever we are observing these years, in between these years, there is no biggest change in the labor force working in the agricultural sector. Only a little bit of change. From 72.1 to they declined from, that is 66.8 only. So it means more amount of labor force are engaging in the agricultural in the year of 1991 also. Okay, after that we can find the change in the 2010 year. Okay, the number of labor force engaged in the agriculture are somewhat come down, that is 51.2 from 66.8 to 51.1 percentage. And whenever we are observing 2013-14 year, the labor force engaged in the agriculture are 48.9 percentage. Okay, we can find the gradual shift of the labor force from agriculture to industry and service sector, but the shift is not in bigger quantity. A small amount of shift can be found in the Indian, that is occupational distribution. Somewhat comparing to 1951 and 1991, in 2013-14 we can find that is less amount of labor force engaged in the agricultural sector than the previous years. And what about the industrial sector? In the second 5-year plan, it is the second 5-year plan is called the Mahalanobis model. Mahalanobis prepared the draft for the second 5-year plan. So he has given more priority to the industrial development in the second 5-year plan, and steel plants, Bhilai, Durgapur, Rourkela steel plants were established with the help of the foreign collaboration also. So it means in the second 5-year plan, more priority is given to the industrial sector, and we expected a lot to develop the industrial sector. We decided a number of goals, but we did not reach our economy did not reach the expectations in the area of industrial sector, in the development of industrial sector. So that is the reason in 1951 the workforce depending upon industrial sector, secondary sector are 10.7 percentage. Whenever we are observing 1991 year, a little bit change, that is 12.7 only. Okay, there is no biggest change, the workforce depending upon the industrial sector. So it indicates that in India industrial sector is not well developed and it failed to provide the employment opportunities. So after that we can find somewhat a little change, that is from 12.7 to, in the year of 2010, 22.4 percentage of labor force engaging in the industrial sector. In 2013-14 it became 24.3. So whenever we are observing the labor force in the industrial sector, from 10.7 percentage to the number of labor force become 24.3. Of course, a somewhat change we can find, but it is not the biggest change. Okay, whenever we are observing the developed countries, more labor force will work in the industrial sector. Okay, so it is also means industrial sector, it indicates that industrial sector failed to provide the much more employment opportunities to the increasing labor force. And next, what about the service sector? Initial days, 17.3% of the labor force are dependent upon the service sector. Up to 1991, it will be same, a little bit change only, but we can find the change from 2010 onwards. Means from 1991 to 2010, in this gap we can find the change. That is, the labor force, the amount of labor force will become 26.5, and after that in 2013-14 also a little change, 26.8%. Okay, in developed countries, nearly 70% of the workforce will depend upon the tertiary sector. It will be only 27% in our India. So it means service sector also not providing much more employment opportunities. So whenever we are observing this table, that is occupational distribution of labor force in our India, so it reveals the fact that is in India now also more amount of labor force are depending upon agriculture. Okay, agriculture is following primitive techniques and not having irrigation facilities, low productivity, they are getting the low incomes. And industrial sector is not well developed. And service sector also somewhat compared to industrial sector, service sector is providing the a little bit better employment opportunities. So by observing these digits, we found that due to low industrial growth and now also the labor force are depending upon the agricultural sector. So service and industrial sectors are failed to create more employment opportunities, increasing labor force. Why? Because India population is increasing more and more, it resulting the more amount of the labor force. So increasing labor force mostly depending upon the agriculture and industry service sectors are failed to create much more employment opportunities. So that is the reason we can't find the biggest change in the occupational structure of Indian workforce. We can't find the biggest change. So whenever the nearly 70% of the workforce are depending upon service sector, then only our country will be developed in a faster way. Okay, now also India is an agrarian economy. Most of the labor force now also depending upon agriculture for their livelihood. First of all, to develop economically, the shift from the labor force has to be shift from the agricultural to industry and service sector, more amount of labor force. Then only it is possible to get the economic development. Children, if you like this video, like it, subscribe and share it. Thank you for watching.